sometimes you have a weird ass dream that you're probably going to remember for a while instead of automatically forget. I don't know how I got to this place or whatever the hell it was, but you know those like bullet train levels from Sonic Heroes? I was on something kind of like that. It looked a little more like the one from Sonic Adventure 1. When you're on like Final Egg or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But let's see. I'm on that, and as I'm kind of going through this one small section of it, there's this bed, and then there's like a woman, and like a few guys kind of like grooming her or whatever, doing shit for her. She then like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I think she makes like some sort of joke about like kicking her boyfriend off the bed or some shit, and the rest of them are like, what? Am I getting cucked? And then, the screens from Half-Life 2 where the guy shows up on, I forget his name, at the very beginning? One of those is like way above the bed. It's like a high ceiling type deal. It's odd, but one of those screens is there, and I think it's Low Tier God that shows up on it, and is like, yo, you better learn to be disappointed. You better drink some of that disappointment juice or something like that. And the reason I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, like disappointment. And then we start talking to each other while he's on the screen. It's like, yes, you have any of that shit? And I'm like, hell yeah. For some reason, I have a glass of it in my hand, and it's like a pink lemonade. And I drink some of that shit, and that's kind of what it tastes like, I guess. But then I'm like, man, for some reason, I don't know what this has to do with anything else, but nothing else has to do with anything else, so it makes sense in a cosmic sort of way. I'm like, man, I kind of wish I could see Fang appear before me just once. And then sort of like below the screen, there's like a window to like kind of the front end of the train. I don't know. There she was, kind of appearing off of the side. And she looks fucking weird in 3D, let me tell you. I kind of still remember it in my head. She looked kind of like one of those old PS1 like Final Fantasy CG cutscenes. Like it looked weird and off-putting, kind of like that. I don't know how else to describe her. Like her snout looked weird from certain angles, but it looked okay from like another angle, you know what I mean? And she was wearing what I would describe as like a baby metal, like gothic Lolita dress with the boots. And it's like, I think that awakens some sort of deep thing inside of me that laid dormant. And she's kind of like, I don't know, I only remember like one thing she said, but like she's doing kind of like these weird poses and shit in front of me, and then like I think off to the side, like a door opened that I should probably go through or something opens up, and she's like, well, you better move on. And she sounded like the I guess like the voice actress from the original trailer for the game, and and then she kind of goes to the side a little and starts hiking up the dress a little bit, and you see just a little bit of pity. And then I woke up. The end.